Good morning. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. So today is our first live stream testing our new computer. So there should be no lag. Quality of video and audio should be much better. And you should be seeing my hands moving kind of in a weird way smoothly. Hey, Riz Shismit. How you doing? Hey, Jonathan. Thank you for the follow, man. That's quick. And thank you, Endry. Good morning to you, sir. Hello, everyone that's joining on the Purple app as well as in the Red app with the play button. I see here a bit rate that shows red to me, but I don't know. Let's hope it's just a glitch. Let's just think it's a glitch and it may go away. So today we're here and let's get started. So we are somewhere in France. No, we're in Germany already, I think. Yeah, Brussels. No, I don't know. I think we're either in Germany already, or we're on our way to Germany. We're gonna go to Magdeburg to deliver some cargo that I already have in my truck from yesterday's live stream. No, I didn't forget about you, man. I just can't read the. Sorry. And it's a lot of people to remember, dude. I'll remember you if you keep coming. And I promise I'll remember you, my friend. Alright, so let's go. Let's try. Is the live stream better today? Do you think the quality is better? Alright, so here we are. We are driving our Aldi truck. And the game is muted. There we go. Now we got game sound. Oh wow, it's like almost like everything is working so far. I don't know. I'm just concerned about the bitrate thing on the Purple app, but the Red app is showing fine. And yeah, let's go. Engine. Let's get it started. Good morning, Avinash Guru. Nuti, thank you. Yes, I did make it myself, and I do have a tutorial on my channel. I can't say the name of the platform, but I can say that my channel has the same name as in here. So, yeah, you can find it there. Get inside the truck. Let's get going. Parking brake off. Let's put the fuel consumption here on my display. Always think it's a little more useful than knowing the song name. We had just filled up the tank yesterday. That's why we got like 3,295 miles to an empty tank. Yeah. Yes. I just can't say the name. What time is it in your state now? I think you're asking like in my real time, right? In real life, it's 8:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But in the game, it's like almost 3 p.m. in the game. Oh, look at those flowers. What kind of setup is this? Like how did you get the Volvo wheel? So it's not just a Volvo wheel. The whole interior is from a Volvo S60R. And it's just a car interior that I made everything work. All the buttons so I can get the hazard lights on and off, change the camera through here, lower and open the windows, you know, that kind of stuff. Yes, this probably is the world's slowest right now, Cody, S60R. I always appreciate when people know what car I'm like. This is actually based out of. Not just an S60, it's an S60R. And yeah. Oh, it's 240, 242 there as well. Nice. Yeah, now it's moved already. It goes pretty fast here. It's 3 p.m. 1500 hours. So yeah. The game is called Euro Truck Simulator, ETS 2. And we're trying to keep within the speed limit here. But it's a very winding road. Hey, Volvo! How are you, sir? Okay, clear left, clear right. Why don't I do the American version? I usually do the American version, Andri. The thing is, I usually live stream in the early morning, I think, and for that reason, I get a lot of people from Europe here on my live streams, and they always ask for ETS. So I just kind of, you know, I installed the game on Monday. Actually, hasn't been a week yet. I do have about 1,000 hours in American Truck Simulator, and only about, I don't know, maybe 10-15 hours here. Not a whole lot. I'm doing well, Kath. How about yourself? Oh yes, pretty good day so far. I installed a new computer yesterday, a new streaming computer, which should be allowing my camera to be a lot smoother, everything to be a lot better looking, and I think it's pretty smooth so far, and I got a better resolution going out for you guys today. So I got 1080p, which is a first, and no hiccups. So far, bitrate is good. Everything is good so far. Life is good. But it required a whole new computer. Hi, Itchy! So I do have a 2 streaming PC now, and a very good one. Not a very good one, I mean a decent one. I bought a 5060 and a 5600X. 5600X. AMD. It's okay. Now it's like streaming on all platforms at least 10,000 bit rate and 1080p, 60 frames per second, and it's kind of going. Yeah, that camera is pretty good, man. The OpsBot thing is pretty darn good, I gotta say, and they're not too bad in terms of a price. However, you're a content creator, my friend, and not just any content creator, a better content creator than me, one might argue. So, dude, I can send a contact. You want me to send a contact, and you can send them an email. They'll send you a Tail 2, which is the one I have. Thank you, Andri. Thank you, man. It took quite a while. I'll do it. I'll send it. As soon as we get off the live stream, I'll get the name of the girl that I was talking to. And, dude, just get that camera. It's pretty good. And you can move it around also. I didn't configure it yet because it's on the other computer and I have to do some OBS shenanigans. But, yeah. It's pretty cool. It also has a good range, dynamic range. Because, I don't know if you can see now, you can see my game pretty well, and it's daylight. And you can still see the dashboard. Granted, I got some lights here on my dashboard just so, you know, I get a little bit more view, but the lights are not 100%, they're like 20% right now. Yeah, not too bad. I wish they had Australia here in this game, man. That'd be cool if I could drive in Australia. And you guys drive on the wrong side of the road also. For me. Wrong side for me. So we are almost at Dortmund in Germany. And I came over to this lane to pass this guy. And he just comes here as well. So we have to do... really? You're gonna brake check me? Now they're gonna go like side by side. What happens if I crash? So this game doesn't have a crash physics. It'll just get damage on the truck and cost me money. And and also make me look back and hurt my ego while I'm live streaming, which is pretty common to happen if I may say so myself. Yeah, pretty bad. Wrong hand drive. You know what I think? I think it's hilarious whenever people just come and ask me, what happens if you drive a right-hand side car in your simulator? So, nothing. Is it here? I hope so. Yeah, that one. So, I only see the windshield. I don't see the dashboard. And people always get stuck to the fact that I can't drive a right-hand side. And I can. It just doesn't change for me. The only thing you can tell that I'm driving a right-hand side car is the wipers. So the wipers, instead of moving like this, they'll move like this. So, like, yeah, I'm doing the same movement. Like from here to there, from left to right, instead of right to left. Kind of missed a gear. Nobody saw it as I'm scratching my windshield here. That looks pretty bad. Sorry guys for the scratching gears sound. Hello, how you doing, Oliver? Olivier, sorry. Do I have the same view we do? I can see my feedback, yes, if that's what you're asking me. I can see the camera. But I only see my widescreen version. I don't see the cropped out version, which is the version you're seeing, because you're on the black app. If you go to the purple app or the red app with the play button, you'll be able to see all three TVs at the same time. You can see the rear view mirror on the right. Can you see it? Yes, you can. And you can see the chat window here because of my big head here. But if I move like this, let's see. I gotta hold it. Yeah, you can kind of see the rear view mirror on my left here. Oliver, okay, thank you, man. Have I considered just driving a real truck? No, man, I have not considered, and I will not consider it because this doesn't make any sense. I like playing games and have a hobby. Just because I play Call of Duty doesn't mean I want to go to war. Or because I play Age of Empires, I want to go, back in time to the Age of Empires. 500 mile on American Truck Simulator or ETS? Oh, look at that car. It looks like it's coming towards us. So VK, check out my tutorial. If you want to build one of these, I have a tutorial on my red app with the play button, and you can check it out. And in fact, if you go there right now, you'll be able to see my live stream in widescreen. And nobody's watching it, even those who are on the red app with the play button, which is kind of amazing, if you ask me. Oh, cool, man. You might be getting into wheel today. What kind of wheel you're closing into? Are you going to get the Logitech, the Thrustmaster, or a Moza? Connor, so how about the cost? It's a good question, and I get that a lot, and I don't mind answering. So about $300 in car parts here, and just another about $400 or so in hardware. In hardware, I mean wood, metal, carpet, Arduinos, LCD screen, all that good stuff. And obviously, $700 is not considering PC, TVs, Philips Hue lights, butt kicker, like wheelbase, that kind of stuff. I'm assuming like you have a PC, I'm assuming you have a monitor, and maybe the only thing extra you need to buy is a wheelbase, which you can spend $200 or you can spend $4,000. So it's up to you or your budget. Does ETS actually have all those active controls you got on the dash? Yes, Lively. So I can set up any button to do anything I want. So essentially, I'm speeding here right now. Let me slow down. So every single button you see here will do something. Like for instance, I can change the camera here, go back to the cockpit, hitting advanced. Comfort will detach the trailer. Hazards will do the hazards. I got the wipers. I can pull the knob here and that'll activate the brake, the engine brake. You see the light coming on right there. I can pull the handbrake down here. There's, you know, I can put anything to any key that's related to the game. And that's pretty convenient because although the labels are not gonna match, I do remember what I set them up for each game, and I try to do the same thing for each game if it makes any sense. Like for instance, the manual or automatic recirculation button here, this always changes the camera in any game I am. If I'm driving Assetto Corsa, this will change the camera. Beam and G, American Truck Simulator, any game. So I click here, I rotate through cameras. If I keep clicking, it'll keep rotating through cameras. And if I use the passenger temperature or the driver temperature button here, I can rotate through the cameras faster. So I can go like all the way to one side or the other and have cameras moving. And if I want to go back to the cockpit, I just click advanced. So yeah, you're getting a used G920. Nice, man. Good luck, dude, and I hope you enjoy it. Hey, Robert Andre, welcome back. How's the live stream on the Purple app? Because I kind of see a red bit rate, which is a first for me, but it looks pretty smooth, and I improved the quality. Today we're live streaming at 1080p. We're fancy. And I'm speeding now here. I'll slow down a little bit. Thank you, man. So I would ask you if you would like, subscribe to my channel, check out my tutorials, and yeah, like, subscribe, all the good stuff that, you know, people ask for. Comment. That helps the algorithm to show that to more people. Thank you for the follow, guys. Thank you, man. Ah, great, Robert. It was a nightmare. I had to, well, not a nightmare. I mean, that's first world problem, right? But I bought and built a new PC last night. It took about a couple hours, and I built a somewhat simple streaming PC, but it's good enough, more than enough, in fact, to be able to live stream at the same time as I'm playing here. So I can dedicate my gaming PC to gaming, and I can use the streaming PC to stream. When am I going to play Beam and G? That's a good question, man. You know what? I gotta live stream at night one day, because that's usually when I feel like playing Beam and G. I don't know why. Thanks, man. Thanks, Lively. I really appreciate that. I truly do. I appreciate you guys. Can you do a full throttle? I was doing full throttle. I actually am going too fast. The speed limit here is 50 miles an hour, and I'm begging for a ticket. So let's slow it down to 15. Let's put the cruise control. Otherwise, you know, we're gonna get a ticket. And I don't want to get a ticket because I'm saving money to buy another truck and get my... There we go, 50. 50-ish. Those are not monitors. Yes, they're big TVs, exactly. So these are... I have 3 65-inch TVs. So if you go to the Purple app or the Red app with the play button, you'll be able to see the widescreen, which will be able to show you the rear view mirrors on my right and my left. If I remember the specs of the PC, the streaming one, yeah, I literally built it yesterday, so I still remember. It's an AMD Ryzen 5 5600 with 8 cores, 6 cores, but it's more than enough. And I bought a 5060, NVIDIA 5060 graphics card. It's the smallest one. 8 gigabytes is more than enough to live stream. I'm not gonna game there, so it should be more than enough. And I bought like a 650 watts power supply, 32 gigs of memory, RAM, and a 1 terabyte SSD drive. How much was a sim? So it was about $300 in car parts and about $400 in electronics, hardware in general, like wood, metal, carpet, the LCD screen right there, you know, all the good stuff. From what car is this dashboard, and how did you install it and get it working in games, Martin? So this is from a Volvo S60R, and you can find a detailed tutorial on my channel on the red app with the play button in the center. You know what I'm talking about. Can't say the name. But the same user as you see here is the user you're gonna find there. If you put Flybrick S60R in tutorial, you'll find it. You should do Truckers MP. It's a multiplayer mod. Yes, sir. I gotta try it out one day. I will. I promise. I promise I will try, and I will live stream it one day. That should be fun. Yeah, I could game on that PC. Small, like, titles, or, you know, not as power hungry like games should work, but I got this PC here, and in the same monitor I'm able to play from this PC. So when I'm not driving, you know, a car, truck, or anything, I can just send the monitor data there and just play. Like, I usually play Jurassic World Evolution with my daughter, Indiana Jones, and other games, but I play on the desk then. Why do you drive a truck, not a car, Magnus? So I just feel like driving a truck. You know, you're not seeing me 24/7. So I do drive cars here a lot, and I do drive trucks a lot. You just happen to see me live streaming a truck. Thank you, Martin. What's up, Speed Demon? How you doing? Oh, Ray Arthur, thank you so much for the heart. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Cutest little dog ever, thank you for the follow. What did you use to rig up your speedometer, Enzo? So that is connected through an Arduino Uno with a CAN bus shield, but that's to understand and talk CAN bus language. And there's a software on the computer called SimHub that will fetch the game data and send it to the gauge. You've got to do some programming on the Arduino so it can understand you know, the game information, but that's pretty much what I did. Hey JM, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream, my friend. And mod away. Bit height revs, Johnny. Yes, it may look like I'm with the bit height revs, but I'll explain and you'll understand. So what happens here is calibrated tachometer. So I calibrated my tachometer to show, so when I'm at 2,000 RPMs, it'll clock 7,500. And the reason why I do that is because, as you well noticed, diesel engines, usually they have less rotation, right? They go from like 600 idle to about 2,000 to 2,200 RPMs on the red line. So to me, if I have this showing the correct amount of RPMs, that won't help me, because that will be always around 600 to 2,000, 600 to 2,000. That's not a lot of movement. So what I do is I calibrated and told the tachometer, every time you see the game sending you 2,000, you understand it as 7,500. And thus, right now I'm doing like 1,400 RPMs. Let me see. Exactly 1,400, yes. That's on the truck right there. I can see the truck tachometer. It's 1,400. So 1,400 is about, what, 5,000 RPMs right now. Thank you, Sihuan. Really, Martin? I gotta check that out, because I think there could be broken links. I'll check those out. Thank you, Adis Brasco. Me personally only got a 200-degree sim wheel and 0 games. I can use it. Probably nice. What is your wheelbase, man? Yes, Arduinos are very flexible. Like, Arduinos are what are powering my buttons here, so I can press any button here and they will do button things in the game, and those are Arduinos. Like, just an Arduino This is the Micro Pro, which is the tiny one that is very easily understood by the computer as a joystick or a keyboard. You can set it up when you're programming it. And the nicest thing too is that it's easy to program. And I'm not a programmer, but with ChatGPT nowadays, you can actually do that quite easily. Hey, I'm Zungu. I'm doing well. How about yourself, man? So we're at the exit. Alpha House. I'm butchering everything. Alright, we gotta stop here because we got a red light and we can't turn right like in America. Hello, Cole. Thank you, Ray Arthur. Thank you, man. Heck Edits. Hello. Eden, thank you for the follow. You thought it was real, Cole? Thank you. That's a compliment. It's just a hoary wheel. Oh. Wow. Even before the PS5? Well, to be fair, some steering wheels from major manufacturers that are still being sold to this day are older than PS5. Like the T300 from Trustmaster. That is pretty old. How many trips did I do so far? This is the first. I didn't even finish it yet because I was already with this trailer yesterday. This is an Aldi trailer. Why ETS versus ATS? Coda Bear, that's a good question. I'm just playing this one because a lot of people requested it. I think I have a lot of followers and people who watch my live streams that are in Europe. So a lot of people really wanted to see me playing ETS. To be honest, I don't see the difference. They're both with the same engine and they play pretty much the same. The only difference is the scenario, you know, all the brands, the trucks, obviously, that kind of stuff. And the fact that I can't drive fast here because in Europe, they kind of don't like you driving fast for some reason. Oh, you got loose parts from a Volvo S80. So you're in luck, man, because you could even get the same code on your cluster and that would work. Which, by the way, is on the red app with the play button. You just need to type P2 Volvo Sim Hub. I have a link in my link tree. Thank you, Enzo. Thank you, man. I try to help out. You know, people, when they learn how to do things, they tend to forget to give it back. And I learned everything I know from the web, from YouTube, from other creators. So why not give it back? You know, like why not spread good information so everybody can build a simulator just like mine? I'm no genius. I'm just, you know, a stubborn guy that wants to do something. I just will keep trying until I get it. So let's park it. Let's see how hard that will be today. All right, so we're gonna park it right there, straight ahead. You're down here, right there. Oh, you only have paddle shifter and 2 paddles? That's all right, dude. Like, you can play 80% of games with paddle shifters. I think what we'll do is we're going to go that way and we're going to turn here. But this trailer here was purposely placed here just to make it harder for me to make that turn. Thank you, Coda Bear. I don't think I have the best one, but I have a pretty good one. Like, there's people that have, like, real trucks, and that is pretty cool. Yeah, it's a P2. Just make sure if your S80 is from 2005 forward. The code will only work with 2005, Enzo. And make sure you send me a message on any social media, like when you start doing it. I love seeing the results. I have 3 people already that build Volvos and other brands. More people build other brands, but 3 people specifically that build Volvos and got it working. And that's always, you know, an inspiration for me. Thank you guys for the follow, Rolling Thunder and BGR and Christian. So yeah, we're backing up here quite slow. And in case you guys are wondering, I am looking at the rear view mirror on my Tripple TVs here, because I got 3 TVs. And we're having to maneuver around a trailer. So that's why we're gonna go a little bit slower now. And ooh, don't let it stall. Oh. Alright. Moving forward just a tiny bit. I gotta, on ETS, I put the force feedback at 70%. I gotta do that here because it's kinda heavy. I have 12 Newton meters from this Fanatec, and I think that's a little bit too much for the game. There we go. Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. Wow, no modesty here, but I'm getting better at this. And it's green. Look at that. Look like a pro parking. There we are. So we put the parking brake on, and then I hit this button here and we'll detach. Oh, you're studying programming. Oh, you'll have no issue doing that. But I will say, Enzo, unless you have the real car with you, so you can sniff the CAN bus and do all that good stuff, man, just buy a cheap gauge cluster from 2005 forward. They will fit just the same because the opening is identical, and your life will be so much easier because Andy, the guy who made the original code, made an amazing code, and I worked on this code for about 2 years just to get everything else working, like the turn signals, the parking brake lights, the the fog lights, there's the brake lights. I got the odometer working, which he didn't. I got the display working, which he didn't. There's so many things that I added to the code. And because I have the real car in my garage, so to me, it's actually quite easy just to walk outside in my garage, turn the key to 2, and plug in an ODB reader with my Arduino and just kind of sniff the CAN bus and start pressing buttons and see what they do and how it changes. So I would recommend, man, if you have the parts, you're already like ahead of most people. You're saving the money, but get a gauge cluster from 2005 forward. They're not too expensive. All right, so we got an excellent here. Let's find a new job. But first, let's stop for a sleep because it's getting dark, and I like to drive it during the daytime because you guys can see better. So let's we gotta find a place to rest. We're here in Germany, and then we'll find a new job. Oh, pretty close. Just across the street, actually. By the dealership. There's a dealership right there, so we'll stop there. Alright, alright, alright. Ooh. I stalled the truck. I did so well parking. It has more. The steering wheel has about 1800 I can get. Let me do that because I forgot I was going to do that. Go to settings here, options, and we are going to knock down the feedback a little bit because it's pretty heavy. Sensitivity, animation range, non-linear, input mapping, force feedback. Here we are. Oh wow, that's why it's so heavy. It's at 120%. Let's take it down to about 90. Let's see. The centering. Let's get this one a little bigger. I like when it's a little more. Centering, internal friction. Let's get that higher. The engine resonance, I like that, so let's put 35%. Your terrain surface, get to 100. Gearbox grind, nah, that's okay. Terrain surface vibration, okay, can't change that, come on. Alright, so that's good. Yeah, so in case you guys are wondering, like I can come here to my Fanatec, and it's auto now, but I can change manually how many degrees of rotation it will do. Where's the Fanatec now? Oh, there it is. asking permission. Okay. We'll have to restart the computer. Whenever it does, no, I'm not gonna do that right now, but whenever the Fanatec has a new driver to install sometimes, it just kind of goes crazy and says it can't recognize my Fanatec. See. Did it go now? Okay. Did I just enter a rabbit hole? Okay, I did give you permission already. Are you gonna just keep looping that? Thank you for the follow. Yeah, we're just gonna keep looping, so I'll just close the app. Alright, so we're back here. We're gonna fix that. Not fix, it's already, I know it's fixed because it's automatic, so it does change to whatever I need. Whatever truck I'm driving. Let's go back to driving. Let's put back here the cluster. Oh look, now going back, so you guys will be able to see. A lot of people ask me about the lights, and now you'll be able to see the lights coming back on because I'm gonna have to restart my cluster. Look, so I come here, and if I click restart, you're gonna notice that it will go dark, but real dark. It looks dark to you guys, but that's because of the exposure of the camera. So if I go here to Arduino, my hardware, and then I tell it to apply changes, it'll restart. Now it's dark. And then there will be light. There we go. And this is the code, and that's why it's not showing anything here. There's nothing to show. Let's see, back in the game here. Because it should be showing the music, or... okay, just let it be. We're not gonna have that information now. Oh, parking brake on. Okay, so I changed too many things. Enable. There. What model Volvo? It's a Volvo S60R. Alright, so we're going to take a nap and we're going to visit a dealership. Where is it? Should be right across. How do we get there? Here. We just delivered a cargo, so that's why we're super light. Is that a Volvo dealership? Looks blue, I don't see the brand. I think it's just a shop, it's not a dealership. Am I using an actual drivable car? No. Nicely Hakun. Yes, this is a game. And we are going to see if we can pimp our ride. I've been trying to pimp my transmission for a while now, but I don't think I still have it. No, I need to be level 10 to get more options, or level 16 to have all the options. I'm at level, I don't even know, I got 86,000. I can almost buy another truck. So let's sleep. Where is, I think the bed is right here. We're gonna just park like we own the place. Right here. Is it not here? Okay, maybe it's up there. Yeah, it's right here. We're gonna park by this Iveco truck. Parking brake. Engine off. And sleep. Thank you. I like this interior as well. So it's 6:48 a.m. now, and you guys can see rain stopped. I think it did. We've got some air pressure problems. So let me restart my sim hub here because I kind of like knowing how many miles I have till an empty tank. That should make everything go dark, and then we can reopen it. What do you think about ETS so far? I like it. I do have one problem with it though. The fact that the speed limit is very low. More is, how much is it? It's about $300 in car parts and another $400 in hardware like metal, wood, carpet, Arduinos, that kind of stuff. And we got the display back. Okay, so now we can put back to miles per gallon. No, I want miles to an empty tank. All right, back here, our Apple CarPlay. And we're good. Awesome. What's my favorite brand other than Volvo? I don't know. I like Cadillacs and BMWs. I'd say those two brands are pretty good. I had a Cadillac before. Never had a BMW before in real life. I like it. The RPMs are a little bit high. Where is that comment? There you go. Laser J. Tachometer doesn't look very accurate. Yes, indeed. It's accurate, but not accurate at the same time. And I'll explain you why. So what happens here is the tachometer is calibrated. So since we're stopped here, I can show you. I don't know if you can see. Let me go here. Oh, you're on a widescreen. Nice. Can't zoom in, but can you see in the center of the screen? Wait, let me stop moving the mouse. Can you see the tachometer on the truck? Tachometer is going like all the way. Now I'm flooring. It's at 2,000 RPMs, right? And you'll notice something, Laser. My tachometer, the real one, it's stuck at 7,500. So what I did is I calibrated. I told my software that sends the information there, make a calculation and tell that when it's at 2,000 RPMs there, this is 7,500. And the reason is very simple. If it was just showing 600 to 2,000 RPMs, the needle would be just moving like this. And if you're driving, your peripheral view wouldn't be able to notice like that much, that little difference. It does move a lot on the truck, but I don't have a diesel tachometer here. So it just would move from 600 to 2,000. So what I did is I told it, okay, 2,000 equals 7,500. So whenever the needle is up here, I know I have to shift gears. And that's why you see a very high RPMs on a diesel truck. But it's not high. So let's find a job. We need to find a job, guys. And let's see where we're gonna go, because I am still exploring Europe. I have a few white dots here, big dots, but not a whole lot. See, there is like Hungary, Austria, Slovakia, Czech Republic. I never been there. Poland. I don't have some other countries here, but Sweden, Norway, Denmark. Let's find a place. Let's select here as our starting point. We could go to Geneva. We've been there. So let's not. Pays well. Slovakia. Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna drive through a bunch of cities here. Leipzig, Prague, Brno, Bratislava, and Banska Bystrica. So let's do that one. We have 20 hours to get that trailer. That's pretty good. So let's go. Thank you for the follow, Offense. Nathan, hello. Gotta be careful with the speed here, because when I'm light, like one is right now. It's easy to get tickets. Nikolai, yes, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Arduinos here. This is a truck game, yes sir. It's a truck game. It's called Euro Truck Simulator, ETS 2 for short. There are a bunch of Arduinos and they help. They're so powerful nowadays. Reckless Duck. So I've got 2 PCs that are being used for this right now. So one PC is the gaming PC. The gaming PC has a 4090 with a 9950X 3D from AMD. And my streaming PC is just good enough. It's a 5600 with a 5060 for live streaming. And it's a brand new PC. I bought it yesterday. I built it yesterday actually. I bought the parts and assembled it. Avengers Assemble. How much is Arduino setup? Oh, they're cheap, Nikolai. I don't want to lie, but I think you can, like, with 20 bucks, you can get like 5 Arduinos off of Amazon. And if you buy it off of AliExpress, they're even cheaper. So they're not expensive. Arduinos are pretty cheap and very powerful, like versatile. Thank you for the follow, Nikolai. How much does this whole setup cost? About $700 in what makes the simulator special, which is $300 in car parts and another $400 in hardware. Wood, metal, carpet, Arduinos, LCD screen, that kind of stuff. It's not expensive. How old am I? I am 43 years old. Born 1981. I'm an 80s child. Oh, I leveled up. I wasn't even delivering. Okay, that's good. Level 9, so in one more level I'll be able to get the transmission. I want to change my transmission in the truck that I own for a 6-speed transmission, just to make it more smoother, if you know. 1991. What was happening in the world in 1991? Well, I was 10 years old. Ayrton Senna was world champion that year, Formula 1. I'm from Brazil, so Ayrton Senna was a big part of my life when I was young. And what happened also, so a year before, Brazil lost the World Cup in 1990. It was the last World Cup, not the last World Cup we lost, but we won 1994 for the fourth time. Yes, we were 4 times World Cup champions in 1994. That's a few years later. What else happened in 1991? I think when the USSR collapsed. I don't remember. I was a kid. Thank you, Tormented. And this is not a history class, right? We're live streaming a truck driving through Europe. Now empty. Which we're gonna solve real soon. And I'm really speeding here. 37 miles an hour and I'm doing 50, whatever. 40 now. Let's just slow down. Yes, sir, we are in Germany. Durvan Schinzel. I am sorry to butcher your name, dude. I'm sorry. No offense meant. I'm just a Portuguese speaker that speaks English and cannot, for the life of me, pronounce names in German. What monitor am I using? So I'm not using a monitor, I'm using 3 TVs. So I have 3 4K 120 Hz 65-inch TVs here. One in front of me, 2 to the side. That gives me just roughly around 200 degrees field of view. Tubham, hello. So Subhum, I think, right? Oh, this is quite small. Alright, so we're gonna enter here. Where is... Kassel and Frankfurt. Let's see. I don't know. But I always find it fascinating. You guys can sometimes recognize where I am just by looking where I'm driving. So I am near Magdeburg, Hanover. There's Berlin right here. So I'm west of Berlin. To the south of me, there is Erfurt and Leipzig. That's where I am right now. Alright, let's keep going here. Let's find that trailer. Hey, George. You thought it was real? Well, thank you. That is a compliment to me. Well, thank you, Immobile. That's also a compliment. Thank you. So let's turn here. We're gonna get... Oh, we're gonna deliver some milk? That's cool. Let's see the freight market. And there we go. We're gonna go to Slovakia. For 21,000 euros. And we're taking horse trailer. We got a live cargo here. We better not do crazy stuff. Am I hiding my face? No, I'm not hiding it. If you watch my tutorials or time lapse, you'll see me kind of, glimpsing around. I don't think I'm the focus of the, the whole thing. So there's no reason for me to just, go up on camera, put the camera turned towards me. I don't know. I just always feel kind of cringe when I see people just like live streaming to their faces. Like, I understand showing, sometimes I don't mind, nothing to hide, but just like actively choosing to take real estate from your live stream to show your face, that's strange, in my opinion. I respect who does it, but I don't do it. How much it cost? So about $300 in car parts and another $400 in hardware. So wood, metal, carpet, Arduinos, that kind of stuff. So to hook up the trailer, just need to press this button and we are hooked. Thank you, Ugo. Thank you, man. Yeah, we're going to Slovakia. Could you do the same full 108 dash with smaller monitors? You could, Coda Bear. You could. However, to me, there's one problem. So I have here a 54-inch dashboard, which in order for me to use the full space and also have a passenger seat beside me, it needs to cover all that length. And the only TV that covers it is a 65-inch TV. 75 will go too big. A 55 will be too small. So you can buy monitors, like there's a 49-inch monitor that's ultra wide and curved, but that won't still cover my whole dashboard. And if you put like 3 of those 49-inch combined, you can get like a 180-degree field of view, kind of. So yeah, you can. Do I drive a car in real life? Yes, I do. I own 3 cars and I drive them normally every time I need to drive. But I work from home, so I don't need to drive it every day. So I commute to my home office basically during my live streams. You just want to be able to see the mirrors? Yeah, I mean, if you just want to see the mirrors, you don't even need a triple setup. You can get away with a ultra wide monitor, and then you'll be able to set up the mirrors to the sides. $35-hour driving. Oh wow. Yeah, this one is telling me 12-hour. my arrival in the game time, right? In real world is 36 minutes. Yeah, on a single monitor, you do have to use your mouse, or you can set up a key. Like, if I want to show you guys what is on my sides, I set up my keypad here. So 4 will look to the left, 6 will look to the right, and there's my lady, and 5 will turn back to center. Nevzak. Sure. Nevzak. How much was the setup? About $700, and what makes the simulator special, which is the car parts, $300, and another $400 in the rest, which is metal, carpet, wood, Arduinos, LCD screen, that kind of stuff. Do you think you could get a Volvo truck dashboard? Thank you, man. I probably could. I don't know where it would source. I've never seen a junkyard for trucks. I'm sure there are some, but I have this one already, and I have another Volvo in my garage that I used to make my tutorial. And if I had the space, dude, I'd probably have a plane, a truck, a couple of cars. I would have a garage filled with simulators. I love them. I think they're super versatile. You can go anywhere in the world. I can just, on my lunch break, I can go for a lap in Life. How the hell are you gonna do that in real life? Is it a car? It's a truck in the game and a car interior in the real life. How do I build a setup like yours, pumping? So it's your lucky day. I do have a tutorial on my channel. So if you go to my red app with the play button, I can't say the name, but you kind of figure out by the shape. It's a red app. It has a play button in the center, and you'll find my Flybrick S60R, and you'll find tutorials. I have a tutorial on the steering wheel, the CarPlay, the whole thing being built, and I'm working on the electronics tutorial right now. Brian, so yeah, I built it. I made the Apple CarPlay myself. And I can give you a little bit of a glimpse here. So now you should be seeing a little bit bigger. You're on the black app. So I can see my PC information. I can see the main screen of the Apple CarPlay. I can see what kind of music is playing and see the album cover. Yes, it's a step-by-step tutorial. Funny Junior, sorry. I have race standings, and I have that truck screen which shows me like some of the instruments, air pressure for the brakes, water temperature, oil pressure, information about my delivery time, when it's expected, time to arrival, distance remaining, origin, destination, weight of the truck, how much I'm gonna get doing this job, traffic violations, the music again, and some other like technical truck information, damage, fuel, and real-time ETA. Can you make calls? No, it's just a dashboard that picks up the game data and sends it over here. In other games, I have ways here. The navigation works as well. Can you say that your setup is of real Volvo quality? I think I can. Volvos are pretty, reliable and durable. I've never had any problems with mine. I've owned 9 Volvos. Currently, I own 3 Volvos. And they're very reliable cars. Safe, comfortable, underrated for their speed. They're usually pretty fast. Hey dude! What's the best starter wheel setup for beginners? Ah man, that's a tough question because it depends on your budget and how beginner you are. But I'd say this following. If you're buying and you have just a little bit of budget, like from $300 to $400, I would stay away from Thrustmaster and Logitech. I would consider a Moza, the R3 or the R5. Those are pretty cheap and reasonable wheels in terms of cost, and they're way better than Logitech or Trustmaster. So I would check out Moza R3 or R5. Thank you for the follow, Mindell, and AP78114. What game is this? ETS, Euro Truck Simulator. Bro, you don't get bored from it. No, man. I don't. I usually play like about a couple hours every day in the morning, live streaming, and sometimes at night as well when I'm, family sleepy and I want to chill before I go to bed. I come here and it's never boring. I can drive in Nordschleife. I can go to Shotoku in Japan. I can drive a truck here. There's so many things I can do. It doesn't get boring. It looks like I'm sitting in your Volvo, Tim. So I assume you have a P2 Volvo. Yeah, Immobile. It kind of looks like, right? If you see the full setup on other videos, you'll see how it looks. How do you manage to hook up that sim to ETS? So it doesn't matter the game; they're all the same. But it's basically Arduinos, man. A bunch of Arduinos. Leon, how much does a setup cost? About $300 in car parts, and about $400 in hardware, wood, metal, carpet, electronics, like Arduinos, LCD screen, that kind of stuff. So $700 will buy you what makes the simulator special. And obviously, I'm not counting here a PC, TV, or monitor, wheelbase. I'm assuming that you either have a PC or you have a monitor. And if you're gonna buy a wheelbase, you can spend $200 on a cheap one, or you can spend $3,000 on a very expensive one. So you can kind of choose your budget. Hey dude, so you played a little bit of ETS this morning. Nice. Yeah, BeamNG and Assetto Corsa. You just mentioned all my top 3 games. American Truck Simulator or ETS, BeamNG and Assetto Corsa. Those are my top 3. I have a daughter. I have a 9-year-old daughter. And she loves playing BeamNG. It's so funny. Like, she sits here and just crashes cars. She loves doing that. I told her she's gonna learn how to drive manual cars. I'm gonna teach her here, and then I'm gonna take her to my real Volvo S60R, which is manual, and she's gonna learn how to drive stick shift. I told her already, like, that's her mission. He needs to do that. Does it have a sound system? Yes. So I have 2 very large speakers under the dashboard, and I can play audio from the computer to the speakers through the radio or the 6 CD changer. Currently I'm listening through my headphones, but yes, it does have a sound system. Well, thank you, Immobile. I really appreciate that. Really do. You mainly play Assetto on PC. Yeah, I mean, Assetto Corsa is the GOAT, right? So many possibilities in terms of mods, racks. Like, you can drive in Shotoku in Japan, or you can just go to Nordschleife, and then you can just race an F1 car, 2004 Ferrari, or brand new, like 2025 F1 car. But somebody already probably modded. And I think that's insane for a over 10-year-old game. Well, thank you, Immobile. Oh man, this is one of the things that I prefer American Truck Simulator. I could just turn right on red light. Yeah, Simo, I was born in Brazil and raised in Brazil, and in Brazil, like 80% of cars are manual cars. Here in the US, it's funny because people will brag about driving manual cars, like if it's something really out of this world. And in Brazil, it's just like what we drive. Everybody, every girl, every boy will learn how to drive a manual car because that's what we get. What we have. If you don't learn how to drive a manual, you're not gonna drive. So I want her to have this experience, you know, like being able to drive a manual car. Is it me or them here? What does that yellow sign mean? Do I have to stop? Does anybody know? Oh, thank you, Laguna. Yes, I love the Spaceball. This Spaceball here is just beautiful. Oh, that'd be cool. Kato. I guess you're moving to Brazil. Ah, man, it's not worth it. Not worth it. Absolutely. I mean, you can teach your kids how to drive in here. Like, if you put like a manual, especially BeamNG, that will not forgive you if you stall the engine. Like, if you don't use your clutch right, it will stall the car. Main road. So I am on the main road, or they are the main road? Who is on the main road, Smoke? Smoke, I mean. Smoke me, main. Is this on Xbox? No, this is on PC. Where are my parking brakes? Funny Junior, so I put this like air to the feet. I think my gear is right in front of it. Let me try to move here. Right here, holding the clutch so I don't, but right here. So if I'm gonna stop here, I'm gonna show you. So if I press, you know, the air to the feet, now you see the parking brake light is on and you heard the parking brake being activated. Marcus, so you're making a sim, but you wonder, can it be 90 degrees in the corner? Because I'm trying to make a box. Ooh, sorry, man, I can't picture what you're trying to say. What do you mean 90 degrees in the corner? Yes, Case, it's a RTI screen. That's how they call it in the Volvo world. Thank you for the follow, guys. I hope I didn't listen to my black app trying to kick me out of the live. Oh, the triple screens. Yeah, you're gonna have some space wasted. How long was the build? It took me about 3 weekends, but I've been working on this for about 3 years now. What car did I get this dash from? From a Volvo S60R 2005. Can you go faster, just a girl? I kind of can't because it's heavy. I'm flooring right now, and I'm taking horses, I think. So I don't want to hurt them. What I mean is, if you want to have a triple and you want to be in the corner, you're gonna have to have that third, you know, either the right monitor or the left monitor, just kind of on an angle. It's like 45 degrees from your wall. You can't just like tuck it in, you know, like you would with a single monitor. Does the radio work? Yes, it does work. The volume, the CD changer, I can use from the game sounds and music, that kind of stuff. Yes. Do all the buttons work? Yes, all the buttons. Every single button you see here will do something. Every single button, even the stocks. There's nothing here for show. Do I still have the BMW setup? Yes, I do. I do have the BMW setup, and I'm working on the electronics for it. How much did everything cost? Everything is kind of irrelevant, I'll tell you anyways, but what makes the simulator special is the car, right? And the fact that everything works. The car part was $300 in car parts, and another $400 in hardware, wood, metal, carpet, you know, that kind of stuff. Your father showed you how to drive a Peterbilt? That's so cool, dude. I never driven a truck. That must be awesome. So I can't make it like a box with 90 degrees in both corners. You could, yes, you could. However, you would have to make some kind of hinge to get in and out, and that will move your. And you know, usually triple is a nightmare to kind of align. Did you get something from the game developers? No, unfortunately, no. I don't think they even know I exist yet. Do I think the Volvo S80 is good? Yes, I think it's amazing. I like the S80. I owned an S90. I never had an S80, but I love large sedans that are comfortable and somewhat fast. And if you get the V8, that's a pretty cool Volvo right there. Am I married? Yes. I'm married for about 15 years now, going to 16 years. And I have a 9-year-old daughter. How did I code the fuel miles until it runs out? So I didn't have to code that. The game is already sending that information. The only thing I had to code is to have the display to show whatever I wanted to show. And it's a little bit more complicated to explain than just, you know, telling you on a live stream. You're lagging so bad. I don't think it's me today. All my indications here show pretty smooth this time, and I have a dedicated live streaming PC now. Let me see my hands moving. Yeah, pretty smooth. Pretty good. So this time's not my fault. Thank you, Roberto. How does all that work on ETS? So it works in any modern game, because SimHub is the software I'm using here. And that app, come on, dude. The dude was kind of just slowing down, not letting me in. Hit him. What GPU? I have a 4090 here. Is this a real car? It's a real interior of a car, not a real car. What Wi-Fi do I use? I'm connected to the Ethernet. It's all cable. And I do have fiber up here at the house. I do have about 900 megabits per second down and up. Oh, see you later, man. Hope to see you later. Thank you, Jeffrey, for the follow. What are the PC specs? I have a 9950X 3D with 64 gigs of RAM and a 4090 GPU. Hey, Laguna. Do the climate controls actually do anything? Yes. Every button you see here will do something. Every button. Even the temperature knobs here, everything. Parking brake is here. The retarder is here. I can click options in the game here. I can set up my rear view mirrors here. I can lower my door window. How did I make the dashboard work? Arduinos. A bunch of Arduinos, man. I'm making a tutorial for the controls as well, for the buttons. Why a Volvo interior, not another interior? Well, there are several reasons. I am a big Volvo fan. I've owned 9 Volvos in my life, and I have 3 Volvos, including the same car in my garage as I'm driving here right now, the Volvo S60R 2005 in manual with navigation. They're super comfortable, safe, underrated for speed. Like the Volvo S60R has 300 horsepower. It'll go 0 to 60 faster than a BMW M3 from the same year. They're super nice interiors. I really like the interior. I think they aged super well. If you compare a Volvo interior from 2005 to a Mercedes, oof. Like when you see them at the junkyard, you go like, ew, how could anybody like that? They were nice in 2005, but they aged poorly. So, you know. And Volvos are nice easy to find at junkyards, and I can get like a nice quality interior. Did I ever drive an M3 E30 in real life? I did drive the E46 M3 on a track. I used to do track days a lot, and I used to do that on that E46. How did I remove the game dash? So that's actually, there's a program, actually it's a calculator on Google Sheets that if you look on Google you'll find. and then you kind of measure everything, your height in relation to the screen and your distance and everything, and it will give you a text file that you just put into the game and it will be perfect, which is perfect to me. What's my background? Business administration, man. I have no background in programming, electrical engineer, or anything like that. I'm just a very curious guy that loves going on YouTube and learning how to do things. Thank you for the follow, guys. I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, and also I grew up with Volvos like Misha. My dad bought a Volvo 850 Turbo in 1994. Brand new 850. And that car, ooh, I loved it. It was different. It was fast. It was square. I love square cars. And I've owned one too. In fact, it saved my life. So when I had an accident. Do you have the light cycle, which is the buttons? Yeah, I have the buttons for the light. I can turn it off, like right now. Now the light's off. You can see the little light indicator is off. Now it's on. And the lights are on, in case that's your question. Like, are the lights on the gauge and cluster? Every light is on and it's very bright. The reason why you guys can't see is because the camera needs to adjust the exposure to 3 TVs shining a lot of light, and also the ceiling lights, which I turn on so you guys can see the dashboard. How's the graphics far better than my Euro truck? I don't know, Hybers. I run everything on max here in 4K with a 4090, so maybe that could be one of the reasons. The 1986 M3. Oh, that's a beautiful car, man. Classic BMW. Oh, nice. You have a red block. 76 240 turbo. Oh, man. Keep it, dude. Misha, that is rare. Like finding a mint condition one. How much is electricity bill? Not just normal. Not much more than it's just a computer with 3 TVs on. People think this is like, I require like my own power, generator here, but it's not that bad. And in Florida, we keep the AC on all the time. What wheel is under that Volvo? So it's a Fanatec Club Sports DD with 12 Newton meters. Hope the game is called Euro Truck Simulator, ETS 2 for short. Why would you play the old version of ETS? I'm not playing the old version. This is the version that they currently support, ETS 2. Are we gonna turn right or left? Kinda don't understand. We'll see. Sometimes this GPS is confusing. Oh, it's a roundabout. Okay. Yeah, so we gotta go on the roundabout. Where are we? Are we in Prague? I was gonna say, it feels like we're about halfway through. We're in Prague. We're in Czech Republic. That's cool. They have Carrefour here. Not updated in a long time? They literally just launched the hey guys, passing. The DLC. They're still updating it. To make it slightly more realistic, program a real sat-nav. Yes, not that simple, unfortunately. So there's a guy right now that is cracking the code. A lot of people have tried to crack the code to get that navigation out of the game, if I can put it elsewhere. There's a guy that recently was able to get his navigation to work on his phone and or a tablet. That is pretty promising. I want to test that, but I'm waiting until he releases something that could be used on a PC, because this is connected to my PC and not on the phone, because I don't want to put a phone here. I don't know, man. I'm kind of like a truck driver here, a pretend one. We're driving through Europe on my pretend truck. I play also sim racing games. It's just freedom, man. It's just like you can play whatever you want, and you know, hopefully not be judged by it. What version are you? The 1.55, the latest one? How do you get those gauges working? Maybe Arduino? Yes, not maybe, exactly Arduino. So you need Arduino Uno with a CAN bus shield to get that working. Or a ESP32 also works. Is the mileage your total in-game miles or truck miles? So it's neither. Here is showing the car's mileage. So whatever the gauge cluster had when it was shut off, plus what I'm driving. So I drove 16 miles since I restarted my cluster during the live stream sometime. And, you know, that's still going up, and that will continue to go up. And in fact, there's a fun fact about my odometer. Every 10,000 miles, it will tell me to go to service. I have to reset the service light every about 10,000 miles. Is this the normal 16:9 stream? I hope I can't see which live stream you're watching right now. I am live streaming in the Purple app, in two versions on the red app with the play button. One is the vertical and the other is the widescreen. And I'm also on the black app, the TT, with the vertical version. Is it straight? Yes, I think so. You could say so, Robbie. It's good for learning how to drive. What was a tradition in Brazil? In what sense? A tradition of what? So many traditions in every country. Am I going too fast? Yes, I am. A little bit too fast. Just about 50 miles. Good. What game is this, Layla? It's American Truck Simulator. It's Euro Truck Simulator. I'm so used to saying American. We're going fast. Is it free? No, but it's on sale. I think it's $4.99 on Steam right now. I think they are on sale this week. I have not. I didn't play Truckers MP yet. Everybody talks about it. I will give it a go eventually. Like things Brazilians do every year. Well, New Year celebrations is a big tradition in Brazil. Like Brazilians will celebrate New Year like it's a brand new, not just a new year, but it's a brand new life, you know. What else? We love a holiday, obviously, and we always connect them. So if a holiday is on Tuesday, Monday becomes a holiday. Where did I get the steering wheel, Daniel? At the junkyard. Oh yes, thank you, JM. At what point do you get your CDL and just do this for money? At no point. You are allowed to have a hobby and play in your house without having to go on a real truck and do it for money. Which, by the way, would pay a lot less money than I get on my real job. It's an office job. So, yeah, at no point. All right, Godwin. It's your opinion. About 500,000 people will disagree with you, because that's just about roughly how many followers I have in my social media. And 99.99% of the comments. I think yours is the first comment that says otherwise. Ever? Just because I'm driving a car truck with a car. I can drive anything. So I'll tell you what is realistic to you? So a metal tube sim rig made of aluminum, is it realistic? What does it look like? Any car in the world, any F1, GT3, real car, truck, whatever? No. So unless you get the exact same model of car and you drive only that car, which would be pretty lame, and then you could call it realistic, it doesn't make a lot of sense what you're saying. But you know, you do you. You can build like 10 cars and simulators and just drive realistically. How far am I from my destination, Hope? I am 234 miles in the game, but I am 18 minutes in real life from my destination. So if I keep driving in real life another 18 minutes, we should be there about 10:21 a.m. What truck am I driving? I am driving the Volvo FH420, this big guy here, as I'm not trying to crash. Did I pay a lot for this setup? No, I did not, Jared. I mean, I spent more money than the average person would, but I spent, if you're talking about just what makes the simulator special, which is the car part and make it work, that was about $300 in car parts and another $400 in electronics, wood, carpet. You know, $700 will get you going with a real car setup. In the US, wow, excuse me, in the US, if you go pull your parts. So your mileage may vary. Oh, nice. Have you ever been to Brazil, Simo? So we're going straight here, yes. Like I said, Godwin, you do you, man. Realistic is having all the buttons working and being able to press, you know, everything. But I'm not going to change my description because you don't agree with it, and that's just about as much attention I'll give to you from now on. I will just ignore you. But you do you, my friend. You do you. Jess, pretty good. My day's pretty good so far. I got my new my streaming PC working, which is always a win. And live stream is smooth today. And been good so far. Good on YouTube, good on TikTok. Going good. I'll have to end the live stream after this delivery because I got to do a bunch of stuff in the house, but you know, pretty good. How about yours? Thank you guys for the follow. Wow, a lot of follows in the last few seconds. Does the radio work? Yes, Riff, it does work. The 6 CD changer, the FM, AM, the audio comes from the computer, and it can also play. So, yeah. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, Jared. You love my setup. Can you send me a link for it? I can't send you a link, but you can find a tutorial on the Red app with the play button that will teach you how to install it. I made a tutorial, and I'm making the tutorial for the electronics, but I already have the tutorial on the hardware, the steering wheel, the Apple CarPlay, and so on. Oh, you should go, man. If you like it, you should visit. Brazil is a great place to visit. I wouldn't call it a great place to live, but to visit, yeah, it's pretty good. Too fast. I don't like when wipers are too fast. Hey, Secret. How you doing? Been a while since I've seen you. Why not become a truck driver and earn? Because this is called a hobby, man. I earn a lot more money just by working from home, and I'm happy with it. Captain, why don't I like your questions? I didn't even see your questions. I have 4 chats running here, and there's a lot of people watching, so I missed your questions. You're a truck driver, and you're wondering, what you're wondering. Can you say that again? Yeah, it's been forever, NSB. Thank you, Harris, for the follow. Is this manual or automatic? This is manual. This is a baseball, the 6-speed transmission from Volvo, and the truck is also manual. Fishing is good, man. Is it summer where you are? You are in the northern or the southern hemisphere? Shift Bro, no, man. It's on the 12th gear. So here, what you see is about 1,200 RPMs. It's calibrated, so that's why you see 6,000 RPMs. It's not really 6,000. It's about 1,400. Because it doesn't help me if I see 2,000 RPMs here. It doesn't move the needle, so I calibrate it so it shows a little more. Still cold, so you're in southern. Yes, I work from home. And I commute every morning to my home office on a live stream, which is a lot of fun. What's the setup? So it's a Volvo S60R 2005. How much did the setup cost, AZ? So it was about $300 in car parts and another $400 in hardware with electronics, carpet, wood, you know, Arduino, LCD screen, that kind of stuff. Thank you, Trigger. Thank you, Pyroman. It's a real game. I can just come outside and play and show you guys. Wouldn't be able to do that in real life. Oh, nice! You drive a MAN. I don't know if you say MAN or MAN. I think it's MAN, right? M-A-N. Or a bit man. I'm just a little biased towards Volvos, you know. I'm driving a Volvo, and I have Volvos in real life, so I couldn't drive anything else, dude. But I respect your opinion way more than mine. I never driven a Volvo truck or a MAN. Nice, unruly. Thank you. Hello to you, to Zimbabwe. You should play SnowRunner. I have to install that game. I heard it's fun. Yes, Josveni, I do have one in the channel you are right now. If you click on my channel, you'll find a tutorial. Yep, $700. That's how much I spent on the car part of the simulator, which is what makes the simulator special. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. Oh, okay, you spell it M-A-N. Gotcha. So I won't make that mistake again. Dara, use Scania trucks. We got a debate here in the chat now. We got one saying to drive M-A-N, and the other telling me to drive a Scania, and I have a Volvo. So we are at an impasse. Oh, we're gonna have to turn here, so sorry. Ooh, come on. Mercedes-Benz drivers. Am I right? You wouldn't give up your Mitsubishi Lancer? Well, it's fair. I mean, everybody has a car that they love. I love my Volvos. The game works on Windows 11. Yes, it does. Freightliner and Kensworth are your favorite trucks. Those are nice trucks as well. 200. I think that's a lot. Isn't that a Fisher story? I don't even know what a mackerel is, to be honest. I'm not very much into fishing. Including the screen. So Yannick, $700 will get you the car part and this LCD screen here. Not the TV that you see the game playing on. You stripped off a real car dashboard. Yes, I did. Speeding violation? They just changed the speed limit because I just looked and it was 40. But alright. My first ticket today. Am I playing ETS? Yes, Marto, I am. The game is called Euro Truck Simulator, Giovanni. How on earth did you get the dash to work like that? It was with Arduinos. A bunch of Arduinos, man. Arduinos are the key to the world of simulation. They're pretty powerful. I've seen a guy that made an Arduino, like, you know those Christmas tree, like, smell fragrances? He built one on an Arduino little motor that moves according to the car. So if he, turns, it'll turn just like my dices are moving right now. But in real life, that's the power of Arduinos. So much, power you can have with them. Black Chico, what are my PC specs? I'm running a 9950X with a 4090 here and 64 gigs of RAM. Alright, so we're gonna take an exit to Brno. I'm assuming I am butchering that. What about the dashboard? Does it come with a setup or what? You have to pull the parts out of any car you want. So you can pull the dashboard or you may not pull the dashboard. It's up to you. Is the game only for PC? I'm not sure, but I've heard rumors that it works on Xbox. Don't quote me on that. That's a very tight exit here. Yeah, I like the 4090. I have no problems with it. Yeah, sometimes at 4K, triple 4K, it'll, suffer a little bit. But I don't think the 5090 is, like good to the point that makes me want to sell this one and buy a 5090. Alright, there's a lot of cars passing by here. This one is turning, so we might be able to... That one. Well, there's a MAN, M-A-N. Okay, are you gonna wait? Thank you. Thank you, Bree. Thank you. It's Lucas. Thank you guys for the follow. I'm not saying thank you to everybody, which I should. But I do appreciate you guys hitting that follow button, liking the live stream and all of that. This surely costs more than a real life car. Well, $700 will get you, a real car? Yes. Will it be good? No. Will you spend more, like on, maintenance, fuel, tires? Yes, you will. And I don't need any other cars. I have 4 cars, my friend, so, But I don't think it's more expensive than a car. Well, I do have an overkill setup here with my PC, the Tripple, all of that. Then, if you add everything, yes, it will cost more than a nice car. About $10,000. You can buy a good car for that price. But I live stream. I have, adding everybody, about 500,000 followers on all my social media. About 200,000 almost now. You guys help me reach that goal here on the Black app. I have about 8,500 on the Red app with the play button, and I'm still super slow on the Purple app. On Facebook, I do have about 55,000 followers, and on Instagram, another 150,000 or so. So that's why I spent more money on my simulator. It's just, not only my hobby, but I share my hobby with people, Any chance you can add the CarPlay to your navigation? Total chance, Geodusu. You can right now go to my channel on the red app with the play button and download my Apple CarPlay. It's available for download in my tutorial. 100% for free. Yes, 100 bucks will get you a car that needs a lot of work. 100 bucks will get you a car that needs about $5,000 of work. If you do it yourself, not take it to a shop, right? Yeah, runs and drives with $1,000. You can find a car that runs and drives, but it still needs about $4,000 in work. Pretty sure you're gonna have to buy new suspension, at least a tune-up, which in most cases will cost you about $600, $700 just for the tune-up. You know, new spark plugs, timing belts, all that good stuff. New oil, water, fluids, you know, all that stuff. It will cost you a lot of money. It adds up quickly. Yeah, they limit it, so you have to go on your own means, Yannick. I'm sorry. They're so ridiculous because I can't even say the name and they will restrict my live stream. Why am I camped in the fast lane? This is the slow lane, dude. And this is a game, I can camp there as much as I want, but I'm not on the fast lane at all. Thank you, Aiden, for the follow. Yeah, they said no. Really? Yeah, it's very unsafe. It's just owned by Google, their competitors. Tommy, does the game actually make your mileage and odometer go up? Yes, it does. So there's two things about the odometer here that you need to understand. One, the odometer on here on the speedometer gauge is showing real life miles. And what do I mean about real life miles? I mean, if I drive at 50 miles an hour for 1 hour, this will go up 50 miles. Pretty simple. However, the game is compressed about 20 to 1. So the miles here onto an empty tank will go down much faster because the game computes 20 miles every time I go 1 mile. So that's why it's different. And I did not make my odometer move 20 to 1 because it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't want to get, because every 10,000 miles on my odometer, I need to reset my service light. And I don't want to have to do that all the time. So if I would do 20 to 1, it'll be just resetting all the time. I could do that. But then, I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Yeah, I was in the overtaking lane because I probably was overtaking. I didn't know I had cops here. You have written right there, it's the same username, my friend. Yannick, it's the same username, Flybrick S60R. That's my channel. You have a Volvo V60. Yes, this is a Volvo S60 or V70, the P2. Why didn't I tie it to the ATS telemetry shade? It is tied to the ATS telemetry. Everything here is showing from ATS. The only thing that's not showing from ETS is the odometer because I can't just put a number there. So when they make the cluster, the actual cluster for the car, they protect that part of the dashboard, so I can't manipulate it. I mean, there's people who can, but I can't easily manipulate it and change it to whatever odometer I want. So I need to just count it up like normal. And that's why. What's the top speed? I don't know. I never tried on ETS. I've tried on ATS. It was 95 miles an hour. Hey, hello from Florida to Netherlands. Thank you, Kieran. Oh, I appreciate that, Yannick. You'll find it. It's the same username as here. And if you put that name, Flybrica60R, which is my username, and tutorial, you'll find my tutorial. As we are almost here at our destination. Right? Rec TTD. I don't mind though. It's, you know, it's a game at the end of the day, and if people want to control where I drive, it's their right to do. I mean, they're watching the live stream that I'm streaming, so yeah, you guys are free to say and do what you want, but I'm also free to block. But I wouldn't block for that. I block just spammers and scammers and that kind of stuff. Are we there yet, Hope? Almost. Remember I said 10:21, I think? I think we're delayed like 2 minutes. We are literally 0 miles to our destination. We're right there. Just a few yards away. Turn up the heated seats. There's a fun fact about my heated seats. Beep, 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 beep. I'll show you in a second. As soon as I stop the truck, I'll show you what those buttons do and why they're lit. As we're arriving to our destination here, let's just choose our delivery. Okay, why enter is not entering? Did Gremlin stop? Let me check it for a second. It didn't, but let's quit and reopen it anyways, just for good measure. All right, back here. Enter. Yeah, the button's working. I don't know why it stopped here, but let's do enter through here. Where do you need it? All right, right here. So let me show you what that button does. Let me put the fuel consumption back here. Okay. So if I turn, let's go outside. I think it's easier for me to show outside. Pay attention at the driver. Can you see the driver window? Let me see. There's no reflex, so you might not be able to see it, but I use this button to roll down the window. And I can roll it up with the defrost. And that's why. All right, so let's park the truck. It's right there where we have to park, and let's do that. Oh, I know what's going on. There's sometimes a vibration. There's a button here that will, you know, be sensitive sometimes. I don't think it's gonna. Yeah, now it's probably working. Let me just check. All right. Those are my controllers. I don't recall how I called it. ECM pedals. Is it a micro? No. I think it's this one. Yes. Yeah, it is working. I don't know. The game just decided not to get my enter button to work, but that's okay. Let's park. Can you see outside when parking? I like to park looking from the inside, just to be more realistic. But I will show you. Alright, so we need to go that way, and I'm going to show you guys around here. And there is my parking spot right there, the white one. And I think we're going to have to maneuver over a little bit here. Cool beans. I have a coworker, a very funny coworker that says that a lot. Not about me. She says the word cool beans a lot. I think that's funny. What are cool beans, anyways? Like, what do they mean? I don't like to eat cool beans. I'm Brazilian. We eat hot beans. Not hot in the spicy sense, but hot in like warm. All right. I think that is looking pretty good so far. Yes. Pretty good. Pretty good. Can't complain about this. I think I'm getting better at the parking thing. But yeah, no, I know it means you're cool, but what I mean is, like, why cool beans, you know? That's what I mean. Why cool beans? All right. We're almost parked here. Now it's green already, but I want to straighten it up. So we'll just go forward a little, and I did have a little bit of a hit there, but let's not count it. Don't tell the owner of that trailer. All right, now it's gotta be straight as an arrow. See? Expressions, straight as an arrow. I can understand straight as an arrow. It's just the cool beans. It's just different, right? You agree with me, right? All right, so here we are. We are parked in our spot. So let's put the parking brake on. If I would crash, would the truck get damaged? Yes. However, the damage you would see, let me show you. So if you, I don't know if you can see in detail my CarPlay that's now a little bit bigger on your screen, on the top of your screen. There is a little truck, like graphics, and you see a little bar on the bottom. That red bar is the damage. So if I would crash, that would go up. Now, currently what I have as damage is 17% because it's considering 16% of tire usage. So my tires, wheel, brakes, they count as damage, which is just wear and tear. And then I have about 5% in my engine wear and tear, which is usually oil, that kind of stuff. So you have to go for service. And then transmission to another 9%. So I do have quite a lot of damage on my truck here, but that's not too bad, you know. So let's deliver it. So to deliver it, you just need to click comfort, and that will detach the trailer. Oops, and I just hit my did I move it? No, it's still good. Okay, thank you, GM. What's the fastest this truck has gone, Reef? In this game, in ETS, I haven't driven very fast yet. In ATS, I've tried one day, somebody sent me a Galaxy, and when people send me Galaxies, I tend to, you know, try to do what they ask, if it's reasonable. And that day, he asked me to go top speed with an empty truck, like just a horse. And I did manage to get to 95 miles an hour with my Volvo. Does it have a sound system? Yes, Vangeli, it does. So there's two speakers underneath my dashboard here, and they're connected to my radio here, which works with the 6 CD changer and also the audio input from the computer, or the output from the computer. What app is this? You need it. T-Man. So I am playing Euro Truck Simulator, ETS2 for short. I do play BeamNG sometimes, US Vanny. I might do a live stream playing it eventually. There's a lot of people who would ask me to play BeamNG. I like BeamNG. I think it's a lot of fun. So let's just take the truck to sleep and maybe some service, and then I'll end the live stream because I gotta do a bunch of stuff. I'm finishing installing flooring in my house. Oh look, there's service right here. Again, pretty good, pretty good. And today is the last room. My wife's office is the last place I need to put the floor. I can't wait to finish it. Oh, thank you, Kojo. Thank you, man. So let's take the truck there. Oh, parking brake is on. Thank you, Bossy 2.0. So where is it? To the right. And I think we're gonna try to install the horn because I noticed that I don't have a button set up for the normal horn in the truck. I just have for those like air horns, and I don't have an air horn on this truck. Well, thank you for watching, Wrecked CTD Motorsports. Thank you. It's always a pleasure for me to, you know, share my passion and hobby with you guys. 99.99% of you guys are always super nice and, you know, friendly, and we talk about cool things. And I enjoy while I'm driving. You know, it's like having you guys as passengers here with me. So it's always fun. There's always that one that will come here and say, oh, why don't you buy a real car? Why don't you drive a real truck? Why don't you, you know. Some are legit questions. You can tell by the tone, that the way they say it, you know. But there's a lot of people that are just, you know, like, they just want to get a reaction. They do get one for 1 second, and then I just ignore them afterwards. Where am I buying it? I built it. You can find my tutorial in my channel, the same name as here on the red app with the play button. All right, so let's take the service here so we can buy a new air horn. We need to have an air horn here, man. Oh, thank you. That's a real, you know, real big compliment for me, Yosvani. I really appreciate that. See, now the enter button is working. Truck configurators. So where would I find the horn? Would it be on the outside? Let's see, up here. I can have a roof deflector. Would that look cool? Oh, that looks cool. We're gonna add that. What else can I have here? Posters. I got a mod here, a few mods. We can have, what does it look like? Not changing much. Okay, so that doesn't do anything, apparently. The wind deflector. You have a video of your gaming setup. Yes, several videos. If you check my account, you'll find many videos. Let me just look at the chat here for a second. Yo, can I get a steering wheel just for PS5 without a PC or monitor? Yes, there's some wheelbases that will work with a PlayStation. Oh, there you go. Anyways, the phrase cool beans likely originated from mid-20th century American slang, possibly from drug culture, where beans refer to various pills and cool meant good. Huh, interesting. The phrase gained wider popularity in the 80s, notably through the sitcom Full House. Interesting. The phrase became more widely known through sitcom Full House, where it was used by the character DJ Tanner. Interesting. I didn't know that. Of course you didn't, Simo. You can ask about Brazil as much as you want, man. I was born there. Greetings to Germany, Hugo. Oh yes, my Apple CarPlay, right? I will fix that. All right, so let me find the horn here, the air horn. That's what I want to find. Beacon, roof deflectors, air filter. I don't want an air filter, or do I? Oh, horn. There we go. Maybe not the best, but it is a horn, and we'll be able to use the horn as confirmed order. and let's listen to the fabulous horn. Ah, that's not a nice horn. I need a mod for that. All right, let's rest here, and let's I'm gonna have to end the live stream for today because I got stuff to do. It's Saturday morning, almost 11. Put the lights on. Parking brake is on. Let's turn off the engine and let's sleep. So we got a fresh morning start here, and awesome. Well, my friends, it was a pleasure having you guys as my passengers today in my Volvo FH420 here, and I do have tutorials on my channel. So if you're interested in building one of these cars, simulators, it's not as hard as people think, and it's not as expensive as people think. On my video, I go in details about the cost of everything, and you can find information. I go step by step. I walk you through. I'm working on the walkthrough for the electronics. I already have a video on the steering wheel, and I have a video about the Apple CarPlay. So if you are interested in building one of these, or just have a simulator that you want to use the Apple CarPlay, you can download it today on my channel. So I will be back probably on Monday, possibly tomorrow, I don't know. But if you want to know for sure, I always live stream from Monday through Friday, usually from 8 a.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time till like 9:30, 9:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy and stay safe. Goodbye.